You want to be a car guy. You want to do your first build. All right, let's talk about that real quick. Let me just give you a fair warning. It's something that we've all had to experience. That magical moment when you decide to be that can-do, go-getter, I can do that, seen it on YouTube a million times, no problem kind of person. That's a great moment. We've all done that. We've all done that. Then the reality hits in and we got to actually start turning wrenches. Let me tell you about your first expectations, what you expect about building your first car. First, you gotta find the car. No, you're not probably gonna find your first build being some Mark IV Supra. It's gonna be some hoopty that nobody wanted. It's probably left neglected on the side of the road. It's probably a barn find. It's probably something that's got a lot of rust. But hey, it's a build. If you can find something between the $1,000 and $2,000 range, I would start right there. Because let's be honest, the less work you have to start with, the better off you're gonna be on your first build, and the less headaches and the less chance you have that you want to sell it later on. So spend a little more money on a better starting spot. That'll save you money, effort. So you brought your first nightmare home. You brought it off a U-Haul truck and you put it in the backyard, hoping that you're gonna work on it every weekend that you have spare time. And guess what? You're gonna do that, taking things apart. But it's the getting things back together that's the hard part, because you can take an engine out in a day if you know what you're doing or not. That's not the problem. These are Legos, baby. This ain't easy. What you really got is probably a slightly rusty, maybe a 240, maybe a 350Z for between $1,500 and $2,000 with an engine that doesn't run and you're smoking, and well, may or may not have been stolen once or twice in its lifetime. But that's okay. It's a track car. It's not meant to do anything but be on the track. But ideally find one that has a clean bed. Let's be honest. If you can drive it on the road, that would be even better, because it saves you money on a trip. So let's say you already have your tools, hopes, and dreams and a prayer. You got your grandmama calling you over and hoping to give you a lunch because you can't afford it no more because you spend it all on car parts. But guess what? What did you do? You bought yourself an intake and exhaust, some wheels and tires, maybe some suspension, and now your car's lower. That's great. You know how long that probably took you? The whole weekend. You have no social life. This is your first build. You're not going to be professional unless you've been working on cars your whole life. Yeah, it's gonna take you a lot longer. That oil change that's supposed to take 20 minutes took probably an hour, didn't it? It's your first build. It's okay. We've all been there. In your head, you bought that cold air intake off of eBay and that exhaust off of Marketplace and those wheels and tires that are maybe slightly out of round for maybe $300 or $400. I did that too. It was not fun, but it looked good. I promise. But here's the thing. You can do all that. At the end of the day, you still need a car that you can run and drive safely. You're gonna have to do a lot more than just dress it up. You're gonna have to probably look into the engine. I would definitely do that, because if it had an engine problem before, it probably still has the engine problem. 9 times out of 10, cars that are being sold as projects are still projects and need a lot of work. So you got it, buddy. It's gonna be cheap. You can buy used parts off of Facebook Marketplace. By all means, do it. But please test them before you do, because my God, you do not want that to blow up on the side of the road. There's a reason somebody is selling things. Just ask twice. But at the same time, you can also go the eBay route and you can get your China special and hopefully get a good thing. They've gotten better over the years, but I can't guarantee they're going to be as good as something that was OEM from the factory or from one of those Paints or a Garrett or something like that. I just can't. There's a reason they cost $1,000 for a turbo. That's all I'm saying. And you can put it together with blood, sweat, tears, and a little bit of gum, but there's nothing like a professional doing the work. But guess what? This is your movie, so you do it how you want. While you're slowly contemplating whether or not to start an OnlyFans channel and start selling your feet pics to anybody who will buy them for $5 a month, you have to also figure out that you have to eat. You gotta eat. Remember, you can only eat so much top ramen. That sodium will kill you eventually. You don't want to have a heart attack before you can drive the whole project, right? Because let's be honest, that 1 weekend is going to turn into 2 weeks, 2 months, maybe even 2 years. I'm guilty of that. I have 2 projects that are currently sitting just like that right now. They were supposed to be done a year ago. About that. But guess what? While you're out there thinking that, man, I'm never going to get this done, there are people plenty out there that know how to do some of the things that you're doing. Put a post out there. See if anybody local can help you or knows anything about this and can give you advice or point you in the right direction. The car community is huge, and do not be afraid to ask people for help, because my God, being a car enthusiast is one of the most social things you can do, but also can be very lonely. So ask for help. It helped me cure a lot of my social skills, anxieties, and all that kind of stuff. just by asking for help and going out into the world. Long story short is being a car enthusiast will change your life. Don't let your first build get you down. There's a lot more to it than that. Ask for help. I'm Afro Smurf. See you on the streets. Peace.